think it is working. Maria, are we good to go?
We're not green on Facebook yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No, not yet.
Um,
We are now.
okay.
Yes, we're good to
Hi
go.
everyone on Facebook and the world and Zoom. So I'm Nirupam with Blue Water Travel. I'm here today with Maria from Blue Water Travel, as well as the staff from Anthony's Ski Resort, which is located in Roatan in the Caribbean. It's one of the Caribbean's most beautiful dive destinations, and we're excited to be talking about it here today. Now, I actually haven't dived it, so I'm very excited to hear more about it. I know Maria has, and Anthony's Key Resort is also going to be doing a presentation about the resort. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that everybody can see it. And here we go. Um, this is the broadcast. There's the presentation. Okay. Can you see this okay?
Yes, so good.
Okay, awesome. Um,
All right. So I'll steal the slides from you now. Hi, everyone. As Nirupam said, I'm Maria. I'm one of the agents at Blue Water Travel. And as he said, I've been diving in Roatan and the Bay Islands quite a few summers of my young life. So Roatan is actually one of the Bay Islands. It's a quite big island, and it has a huge diverse of reef life and reef topography that you can find there. It's a lot of wall diving, so if you like walls, go for it. The reef system is actually part of the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, which is the second largest in the world, just second to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. And this one, the cool part is that it belongs to three countries. So it's also part of Belize, Mexico, and Roatan. So it's really cool that you get to see something like that. And it's super, super diverse. As I mentioned before, you have nice shallow reefs, then you have super big walls, and also you have some wrecks. Roatan is quite famous for like that big wreck, which is an artificial reef itself. So it also enriches the diversity of the marine life there. Um, you also have a lot of healthy coral reefs. It's actually monitored year round by a lot of organizations. And the reef system is actually one of the healthiest in the world and one of the healthiest in the Caribbean. And this is not only based on the diversity of the life that is there, but also of the richness that is there. So you have a lot of things and a lot of things. And it's also very nice to go diving there. It's super chilled. It's a little bit like Cozumel, I would say. So if you guys are familiar with Cozumel and the big walls and the huge swim throughs that literally fit a couple of people in there at a time, you have this in Roatan. But the best part is you don't have the crazy currents that you have in Cozumel. So if you like huge cameras and love to take pictures of things, it's a great place to go because you don't have to be fighting any of the currents there. The visibility is amazing as well. It ranges hundreds of feet on a good day. On a bad day, around 60 feet, which for people who dive in the lakes, you know that 60 feet is a lot of good visibility. And you have a lot of little things to find, like nudibranches, sea slugs, flamingo tongues, starfish, and then all the way up to big things, turtles, rays, sharks, even whale sharks if you're lucky. And the good thing is that it's all over the island. There's good variety of things. So you don't have to stick to one side of the island. In all of the dive sites, you find very similar conditions. So next slide, please. It's coming.
think so. There we go.
All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more. You have nurse sharks as well. So if you like to take pictures of the sleeping nurse sharks, you can find them there as well. Turtles, you can find green and hawksbill turtles. And you can actually see them hatching as well in the late summer. The Caribbean is known as a hatching turtle nesting area, so you can find them there too. Rays, you can find everything from eagle rays just cruising through the walls when you're swimming there. You can also see southern stingrays lying around in the sand, and also the yellow stingrays, the little ones that look like a pancake. you can find them there too. Regarding the fish, you can find a lot of snappers, grunts, barracudas, jacks, trevallies, damselfish, parrotfish. It's full of colorful fish. It's really, really nice to just swim there and just look at the schools of fish just staring at you while you go there. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you can also see macro stuff. Seahorses, sea slugs, nudibranches. There are actually tons of books that are taken just in Roatan. So just imagine what amount of life you can actually find to make books just on that little island. And sometimes you can even find whale sharks in the summer, if you're lucky, or even dolphins coming in and out of the dive sites, which leads us to the next slide, please. That talks about the dive sites. Roatan has more than 100 dive sites. All the little red spots that you guys see around are dive sites. So pretty much anywhere you dive, you will find the fringing reef that is all over the island that makes the walls and the swim-throughs and all the big 3D structure that you can find all around Roatan. So it starts a little bit shallow and then you go down very, very deep to deep channels and trenches. And the nice part about the Roatan dive sites is that they are very close by to most of the resorts that we work with, especially this one over here that's called Anthony's Key Resort, where friends are from. And they're like within 10-15 minute boat ride away. So if you like calm ocean conditions, nearby dive sites, Roatan is definitely the way to go. The next one, please. So this is a normal condition that you would find pretty much year-round in Roatan. As I said before, it's very calm, kind of like Cozumel, but you don't have the currents. So you can actually just stay at the bottom, chilling, no need to come back out super, super quickly because the currents are not taking you anywhere. There are some sites that can have a little bit of current, but nothing crazy. The water temperature is super nice and toasty warm, around 80 to 88 Fahrenheit. If you tend to get cold, then a 3 mil wetsuit or even a 5 mil will do. But some people, I would say most, dive on rash guards and board shorts, right? Some people just like the Caribbean warm waters. Visibility, as I mentioned before, is very good, from 60 to 100 feet on a good day. And the depth range, as I've mentioned before, it starts nice and shallow and flat reefs, and then watch out for the wall because it goes very deep. So just make sure that you have your dive computer and you're following your dive guide around, and you'll have a great dive. Next one. And how to get there. So it's not only easy to be in the water, underwater, enjoying Roatan, but it's also very easy to get there, especially from the States. You fly into Juan Manuel Galvez International Airport, that is located at the south part of the island, and then you just go across, and then you are in Anthony's Key Resort. And the flights can take you there from Miami, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, and even some places up in Canada. They have a flight as well to Roatan. It's within 3-4 hours of mainland states. You can be there, no problem. And then obviously we get you in and out of the airport back to the resort. So just let us know at what time you arrive, and we'll make sure that the resort comes to pick you up. Next one, please. So the resort that we are partnering with today is called Anthony's Key Dive Resort. How long have people been diving here? At the resort itself or in Roatan in general? So
Uh, you were asking us that question?
we have a question in the chat. Sorry, I just saw it popping up.
Mhm.
But the girls from Anthony's Keys are going to jump. Joanna, they're going to tell you a little bit more history about the resort, but it's been quite a long time, more than 50 years. So this resort, we have a special going on with them. If you book through us, you get $250 off the packages. And it's one of the best dive resorts that it's in the Caribbean, I would say. So we have a lot of guests who have stayed there and they vouch for it. So just let us know. If you're interested in staying here, you can email us at info@bluewaterdivetravel.com or maria@bluewaterdivetravel.com. If you do that tonight, you will beat me to the email that I'm going to send you tomorrow for having been at the webinar tonight. Just mention that you were here and we will email you all the information you need. And now the next and final slide, please. It's why you should book with us. Well, we are trusted by over 10,000 divers. We have more than 500 five-star Google reviews. And what you get is a service that you do not pay anything extra for. You get a full concierge or a full agent that is going to be there with you from the beginning of the process throughout your trip. And when you come back home as well, we'll be there. And the best part is that we have either dived or visited or have direct contact with the resorts that we work with, which are amazing, our partners on site. And they have all the answers that we cannot get for you. We will get them for you through them. So that actually will take us to the other part of the presentation, that is our partners who are going to be telling you why you should go to Anthony's Key and why you should go with Blue Water Travel.
And I just wanted to add, guys, for those of you that are out there on Facebook or listening here, we do have a chat in Zoom. If you are on Zoom, you're welcome to ask any questions you want there. Maria will be answering some of them during Anthony's Keys presentation, and we're going to do a full FAQ at the end as well. So yeah, thanks, and we will move on to Anthony's Keys presentation. There we go.
Okay. I think it's, Can I go ahead and share a
Oh yeah,
screen?
yeah, you can share your screen now.
Well, first of all, welcome to Anthony's Key. We actually have Yolanda, one of our managers that's right on the property, and she's with us tonight. My name is Heidi, and my family is one of the owners of this resort for the past 58 years. It's been under our family ownership. Isamar, my niece, is new to our team, and she's one of our travel sales specialists. Claudia Cuevas in sales and marketing is also.
Hello.
And we will answer any questions you have throughout the presentation at the end, but we'll get started. So this is the view basically of Anthony's Key as you see the island of Roatan and the lovely key, Anthony's Key. Like I mentioned, it's a family-friendly resort, but also owned by my father in the blue there is 81, still working at the resort, meeting guests. He is one of the friendly faces that actually you will meet mostly at our dining room. My brother is one of the general managers, Samir. And then my mother has taken a huge part in the property as well in doing a lot of the landscaping and other beautiful things that I'll share about in our presentation. And these are our 9 grandchildren. So basically a family-run operation for the past 58 years, and we're glad to escort and welcome you to our property. I think Maria shared a lot how to get there, so I'm going to skip over these parts, but any questions you have, we'll go over. This is basically like the layout of what the property looks like. It's really a hidden gem in the Caribbean, and we are just really part of the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. Maria shared, second largest in the world. So what a beautiful advantage to these warm waters. And the resort is so secluded. It's a really peaceful, private location, a true paradise to escape. This is really an overall view of the property. The main facilities is located on the island of Roatan. So where you see main facilities is where our dive operation is located, the lobby, the main restaurant, the dive shop facility or gift shop, even a very hyperbaric chamber, the only one in the region of Central America. Then Anthony's Key is the island where we house their guests, where you take a little ferry taxi boat ride to and from the main facility, and guests will be housed in the bungalows there. We have a freshwater swimming pool over there, a spa, a gym, and then a yoga deck, by the way. Over at Bailey's Key is where our RIMS, the Roatan Institute for Marine Science program is, where our bottlenose dolphins. It's home to our bottlenose dolphins. So yeah, that consists about 40 acres of land. So I want to take you in today to what you will experience in a week stay at Anthony's Key, what that would look like, and just take you on a real tour. And we start up by landing in Roatan. The RTB code is the international code for Roatan. Our bus is at the Roatan airport to pick you up with our welcoming airport staff. Greg has been at our resort for many, many years, and he is a gentleman that will be helping you with your luggage. And then we have luggage staff that basically brings your luggage to your room. So we're very personalized with the service that we offer. The orientation is you're greeted by one of our friendly front desk staff where you'll get an orientation. Yolanda, who's connected with us tonight, is one of our managers, and she generally will meet our especially larger groups of people, try and get the check-in done as smooth as possible. All the orientation paperwork is kind of done electronically these days. We expedite that process. A welcome cocktail is given to you when you get there, and then we try to rush you straight to your room so that you can get settled after this long day of travel. Before you start this day's event, generally most guests travel on a weekend, either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Diving will start the very next day after you arrive. Most flights get in afternoon. You're arriving the resort around mid-afternoon. You'd have a nice lunch, get unpacked and ready for the next morning. A dive orientation is done on the dive dock around 7:30 a.m. and the first dive is going out about 8:30 in the morning. We do a checkout dive and then you do your dives, and it's 3 boat dives that we do. We also have limited shore diving in the afternoons, and we also have night dives that are done twice a week. So once you get started with your diving for that week, we have this excursion called the Maya Key. It's a beautiful day of exploring what Roatan, the culture of Honduras, is about. We have a Mayan exhibit center here, a lot of animals and wildlife, and you'll see the images. Great snorkeling. The divers that are diving that day are diving on the southeast side of Roatan because that's where the island is located, and it's a private island owned by the resort. We serve a lunch meal there and then off to diving again in the afternoon. So you don't miss diving. Our diving is on time. Like I said, it's 3 dives a day. First dive leaving at 8:30, returning to the resort. And then second dive leaves at 10:30, returning for lunch. And then our third dive at 2:30, coming back 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just more of Maya Key. It's a private island exclusively for Anthony's Key guests. Great spot for families and for the divers to just see another side of the island. The meals at Anthony's Key are done exclusively by our own restaurant called Anchor Restaurant. And Anchor just won top quality resort. I think we won, it was #1 restaurant in the Caribbean in 2024 by the Reader's Choice Award in Scuba Diving Magazine. And our meals are all a la carte. We do cater to all dietary needs or restrictions, allergies. We just let the chef know, and meals are prepared for you. All your 3 meals are included, and what's not included are the alcohol beverages in your, or any sodas in your package. Of that 250 offer we're offering, meals are included in that package. And we also have a Coffee Coast, a little coffee bar near the resort where you can order your cappuccino, your latte. These are additional prices, but it's also a nice way to warm up in between dives. On Wednesday, you enjoy what's included in our package as well is a fun evening of festivities. We call it Island Fiesta Night, where we have a barbecue dinner outside on the key, and then limbo dancing. There's live music, the Garifuna culture. Performers come and you get a little taste of what the culture of Honduras is all about. It's a fun island night. So if you wanted to just relax and enjoy and just have a great time, we have a beautiful overlooking bar that's called the Frangipani Bar. Very popular for families before dinner and post dinner. It's a great lounging area. We offer guests a place to relax and just enjoy. That sunset deck you see is a very popular place for weddings to be hosted, very small, intimate weddings. And it's a great photo opportunity for groups. A lot of live activity takes place here throughout the week. I think we have 3 live happy hours and a lot of activities with karaoke and different things. So it's a great area for the guests to hang out and families to meet. Anthony's Key is very popular for meeting people, new people, and just reconnecting with those people that you're traveling with.
Sorry, we have a question that actually relates to that. How many guests can you have at a time?
Total at the resort, we can hold about 120 guests. We have 61 bungalows. Based on double occupancy, about 120 comfortably. Our dining room can hold about 100 people at one time. And then, yeah, that's about how many people overall at the resort. There's such a variety of different activities to do at the resort. There's horseback riding, there's kayak stand-up paddleboard, and those are included in the package, except the horseback riding. There's a minimal additional fee, but a lot of things to do for those that are traveling with non-divers, and just the divers have time to do these opportunities in between dives. I mentioned earlier about the Roatan Institute of Marine Sciences located in Bailey's Key, which is the adjacent island to Anthony's Key. 2 of our most popular activities are the Dolphin Action Swim and the Dolphin Encounter. These can be booked through our online website links, or once you're at the property, our guests have priority of participating in these activities because this is open to all visitors on the island of Roatan and cruise ship passengers. So for Anthony's Key guests, we give them first priority, but it's a very popular activity. Most guests love to do this on their last day when they can't dive between the 24 hours of travel. For people traveling with kids, the Dolphin Summer Camp's a very popular activity. It's offered in the months of June, July, and mid-August. So if you have children ages 6 to 12, this is a perfect opportunity to bring them, because we do take care of your kids from 8 in the morning till 4 p.m. They get to join their parents for lunch or dinner, and then we have a couple of movie nights where parents can go out on the night dive and watch your kids while they do that. But they learn to scuba dive using the Sassy bubble makers, and they can get their junior scuba certification here during this time frame. It's a very beautiful program, a wonderful experience, and the value of this package is incredible. So our friendly staff takes you over. If you're wondering, well, how do I get back and forth from the key to the island? This little water taxi you see here is on call 24/7. It's about a minute boat ride. You ring that bell and the taxi boat comes and picks you up. We have, like I mentioned earlier, the Sora Spa is on Anthony's Key. We offer a range of services, massages, facials, body wraps, manicures, everything. And you can book these again on our online app, or once you're at the resort. A lot of guests take advantage of this after the evening dives. I think we're open till about 6 in the evening. And or people do it early in the morning. There are so many opportunities, but this is definitely a one you don't want to miss. The yoga platform is on Anthony's Key. Guests are welcome to use it, but we're also offering yoga programs where you can bring a group of yogis that would like to, do yoga and diving combination. We do offer some classes privately, or you can organize your own yoga group and bring them to the resort. So a variety of different rooms. We have 5 different categories, which I'll talk about a little bit here. We'll start with the Key Premium. Is one of our most lovely suites. We have 4 of these rooms in inventory, and they are secluded and exclusively for couples. These rooms have a private deck overlooking the water. Some of the amenities on these is that they have their robes, little kitchenette, and the breathtaking views. They're totally obstructed from the other bungalows, making it very spacious and romantic for couples. The Key Deluxe is also a nice room. I recommend this room for families of 4 or 5 or even couples because it has the king bed and a double. Again, the private deck, but these rooms can accommodate a roll-away if you have, for instance, 5 people to the room. Also located on the Key. The Key Superior is a bit smaller, but I love this room also for families that they want their private, the couple wants their privacy, but then they have teenage children and they want them close by. The rooms are adjacent, but not connecting. So we have no connecting bungalows, but adjacent. And the 2 bungalows share that one deck, which is over the water. And there's a hammock and chairs out there for you to relax. The Hill Superior is more of a garden setting. A lot of guests love these rooms, very spacious. They're our most economical rooms, and we have a total of 8 of these rooms in our entire property. I didn't mention, but the Key Deluxe, we have 26 Key Deluxe, 18 Key Superiors, and then 8 of these Hill Superiors. And we just, this is very close to the Frangipani bar. So if you have young children and want to be up in that family oriented area, it's wonderful. But I do advise you, it's about 60 steps to get up to the hillside because it's literally on a hill. So not very handicap friendly in this location for our guests. The dockside loft are very comfortable for families of 6. We have a king bed and a set of 2 double beds. The beauty about these rooms, they're located on the property of the main property entrance near the Anchor restaurant. These rooms have 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms with a lot of closet space. So if you're traveling with families of 6, this would be the ideal setting for you. And Maria shared so much about the diving. I'm going to skip through a lot of stuff, but I'm just, emphasizing that we are a PADI 5-star dive resort. And we do a variety of courses. We have classrooms and where we do these courses. We have instructors on the property that work with you. A little bit about our diving, she mentioned. A lot about the sea life, but we have a lot of gorgonia corals, a lot of barrel sponges, brain corals. There's a lot of sea fans. And for those of you who love seahorses, they're very popular in Roatan. A lot of eels and spotted rays and variety of other things that Maria didn't mention. The visibility she mentioned the water temperature and different things, but Roatan has beautiful marine life.
I have a quick question about the Potty Dive Center that you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have tech courses available?
No, we were gonna start that when the pandemic hit, and then that didn't work out. The person who was certified to do that, was no longer working with us after that. So yeah, no, we
So
don't.
all the diving is open circuit, no
Yes.
closed rebreathers. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
no
you.
rebreathers. And
Okay.
we actually have the largest fleet of dive boats. Actually, we were recognized as top 3 dive shop for safety and quality of staff, training and courses, attention to guests, modern boats, and the largest fleet in the Caribbean. We have a total of 13 boats, and those consist of Pro 48s, which is our larger boats that take out more divers. Let's say you have a large group of 24, we'll accommodate you in these custom boats. And this one particular boat does have a bathroom compared to the Pro 42s, which do not, and they fit 15 divers and the 2 crew. And the crew is normally a captain and the instructor that is going out with the boat. Each guest is assigned a boat for the week, and that boat captain helps guests put on their tanks and things to the boat. And then that's the boat that you'll be diving. There are over 100 dive sites, but we dive about 30 of those distinct dive sites that are in proximity of 5 to 30 minutes from the property. And like Maria mentioned, the waters are very calm in Roatan, except during the winter months when we will have northern. Sometimes the diving is not possible. The winter months are October through January, and the waters can get rough during that time of year, allowing us to dive maybe on the other side of the island on the northeast, on the southeast of the island of Roatan. We're located on the northeast. And then we're the only resort that I know of that has a pro snorkel boat in the Caribbean. And we do snorkel trips daily, 2 snorkel trips daily, and we can hold about 25 snorkelers on that boat. Here's a few shots of what the diving looks like and going out on a dive. The map that Maria featured with all those dive sites. You can see where the airport was located there. I mentioned about the hyperbaric chamber, and we also have like a full medical clinic in this facility, which we cater and we built for the local people, but mostly for our guests, because there was limited resources for medical care in Roatan. Now we have a couple of hospitals that have been built, but this is right on the premises of the resort. So any medical incidents, any incidents with diving, we're right there to treat them. We have doctors on call 24/7, living right in the facility. And we deal a lot of ENT issues. Pharmacy, a full laboratory, I mean, a complete medical clinic, which gives people, the safety that they're diving with, with a good operation. Snorkeling, we mentioned already. The neat thing about the snorkel package is that we do offer the dolphin encounter as part of the value to your package, the underwater fish ID cards, and a brief ecology lecture. That's the unique thing about the snorkel package. AKR is all about sustainability. We abbreviate Anthony's Key Resort for AKR, and shark diving is really one of the wonderful experiences that you get to do with these are reef sharks. It's offered by an outside source company called, the site that we go to is called Cara Cara, and it's offered once a week. You can sign up at the dive shop to do this, and it's a lovely experience. A lot of guests like to do this shark dive. And talking about the conservation, we are part of the Coral Reef Alliance, and we have grown small coral trees in this nursery. We get the guests to participate as part of a conservation program that they can help clean these little staghorn corals and help get them ready to be transplanted back on the reef. This program has been in place now for about 8 years, and it's really changed the health of the reef in Roatan. And you mentioned, Maria, that we have a lot of ongoing monitoring of the reef. We actually have an education coordinator on our property that's been monitoring the reef temperatures and studying the reef of Roatan for now over 36 years. and she's one of our education coordinators that works with student groups and universities that come to Roatan to get either their marine biology credits, or they work with the dolphin program that we have with our marine biologist and veterinarian that is there. We basically are plastic-free resort. We recommend for you to bring your reusable water bottles, and we have various water stations available where you can fill up in the property. We conserve water. The very water that we collect from the bungalows is to use to treat the biomicrosystem that is, using in to irrigate plants and different things like that. So we don't use plastics, bags, bottles, coffee stirs, all those things. And the whole island has banned plastic bags and straws, I believe. Back in 2020, during the pandemic, we took on this initiative to install solar panels, which has reduced our electrical, usage. And this electrical grid, a solar system, actually provides power during the daytime to our whole property, the 40 acres. And at nighttime, we use the electrical company that is in Roatan called RECO, and our generators for backup power. So it's one of the few properties that you can know, because that's a big thing in Roatan. Some properties are not operating energy all day long, and they'll turn off the power during the day and you don't have water. But this is one of the unique features Roatan, Anthony's Key has. I was mentioning about the Institute for Marine Science, which was founded 35 years ago. We have a classroom and an exhibit center. It's an educational center designed really for classroom space. It also has a museum with a lot of relics of Roatan and Honduras. My mom was a big contributor of the artifacts that are in that museum. It's adjacent to the educational center. So if we have groups that are, like, say, medical groups or groups that are doing seminars, we have audio visual materials. We have a lot of we have the full setup for you to do it. And the capacity for this classroom is about 50 people seated with a desk. We have a wet and dry lab. We also have a classroom space for scuba lessons. And some of the things that make our resort unique, like I said, 58 years family owned. The bungalows over the water, I say, hey, it's like going to Fiji, but not that far away, because really you can get to Roatan from Miami in 2 hours, from Dallas about 2.5 hours, 3 hours max. So I think that makes it really unique. The setting of the 2 islands, Anthony's Key, Bailey's Key, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. There's so much to do at Anthony's Key for a bit of every type of adventure, diving being the #1, snorkeling, horseback riding, the spa, the dolphins, and then family friendly, the dolphin camp in the summer. If you have young children, toddlers or infants, we offer babysitting services as well. So absolutely some of the very unique things about us. The chamber and the hyperbaric chamber are 2 of the greatest assets that we have. And of course, our friendly staff. Once you get to Roatan, our staff welcomes you. They get to know you by name, and you will start to feel like family. So we thank you very much for your attention, and I'll welcome any questions at this point.
Thank you so much. We want to go there.
Well, Yolanda will give you a sneak peek of what
Oh, yeah.
sunset looks like. Yolanda showed them. She's at the property and the sun has gone down already, but she's sitting by the Coast Coffee outdoor area and by the dock. And so she's got the dive boats in her background, but she has a little bit of connection issues. Yuri?
Hear me?
We can hear you a little bit.
Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes. There's delay. There's delay.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the key.
Yeah, we can hear
Actually,
you.
the
At
sun just
night.
went down, so you can hardly see it from there. And then this is the restaurant area over here, where you can see from here. Everybody's getting ready to go to dinner. So the restaurant is on this end. We're actually doing some seating outside.
Okay,
And
so
then
on
the
good
dive,
weather days.
yeah, the dive shop, the everything is over on this end. This is one of her Pro 42 dive boats. We just had a night dive, so a bunch of the boats just went out for a night dive and a night snorkel.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a beautiful spot.
Yeah. I see a lot of questions here about rental gear. We do offer rental gear. Thank you, Yolanda. We'll try to get
You're
to
welcome.
these questions. So the rental gear, we do offer full set of rental gears available for daily or weekly. Let's see, Wi-Fi availabilities throughout the whole property. Oh, there's an on-site photo pro. Yes, there is. And he is located in the Seaside Gift Shop. They will take a photographer that will go with you on the dives, and you can see some of those images and different things. Diving year-round from February to August is beautiful. In September as well. October begins the rainy season, but the visibility is still very fairly good. The most rainiest time I would say would be maybe December, November, and a little bit of January. Every year it changes. Some years the winter starts late, it varies. The resort owns the dive center. We're not independently operated. We're fully owned by the resort. The island of Roatan is about 30 miles long and 9 miles wide in some area.
Yes.
We have a question about the sun fleas and the no-see-ums. I've been there in the summer and I came out like a Dalmatian myself. How is the
Very
situation going
bad.
on? Bugs love me, by the way, so that is something I have to say.
So
How's the
every
situation now?
person reacts differently. We sell a product at our sundry shop, and it's like called cactus juice. It's very good for that, but also the summer is the month that is the worst. So like July, August, September, where it's hot, where the trade winds are not blowing, that's when you'll feel them. But throughout the year, when the wind is blowing, they're less frequent. So that will be March, February, April are great months to go because those are it's a little bit, it's more windier, but it's not as, so when we have wind, the no-see-ums are controlled, basically.
We also have reef-friendly bug sprays that we sell on property, which are water resistant and also just for any daily activities.
We have a question about lionfish hunting. Is there any there?
It's not something that we do. We've arranged a couple lionfish expeditions, but the problem is that the lionfish is far away from the actual island. You have to kind of go on a remote diving excursion for these. And that kind of, requires like almost an hour boat drive. So it's a little bit more entailed. We do have computer rentals. All of the rentals of gears can be accessed through our website at the diving, but Maria can send you those details by emailing Maria at bluewatertravel.com, right, Maria?
Right. Yes. You will get my email tomorrow as well. So I have a question again about the on-site photo pro. Is that someone that goes and takes pictures of you diving, Or is that someone who can actually teach you some photo when it's not a blue water photo workshop, obviously?
It's the Anthony's Key staff that goes and takes photos, and then you can either purchase those photos or videos, but not really a teaching experience, no.
Okay. And I think there was another question that we left a bit unclear. On the 42s on the boats, is it one dive master for 15 divers?
Yes, they normally pair up 2 divers, and it's 1 dive masters for 15 divers, yes.
And do you dive always guided, or can you dive by yourself and then just come back on the
You
boat if you
you
want to?
can dive by yourself and come back to the boat. They give you a time frame. If you feel uncomfortable at any point that you want to have a special dive master, you can pay and hire a dive master in addition. But it's always good to request that before, because let's say we have a full resort during the summers or Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's good to know that we can hire someone locally to come in to service that client. In special needs, we offer night trucks. Night trucks can be rented per day, per week. I think it's $145 for night trucks. So yes, night trucks is available.
And big tanks as well, right?
Yes, yes.
I think we have gone through all the questions now.
Wonderful.
And also for our people on Facebook, right, Nirpam, who can't read the chat?
I believe so. We do have one more question about SMBs and Nautilus beacons.
I'm not sure what that is. Do you
Oh,
know?
The safety sausages, the orange marker buoys that tell you, well, that tell the boat when you are done diving.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that, honestly.
I don't see them on
Our
the
We have moorings and
net.
where we put tie the boat to. And you know, most people dive with a dive computer. I don't know about that, honestly. Sorry.
now, if you do want one, we do sell them at Blue Water Photo and Scuba. So if you go to bluewaterphotostore.com, we have the Nautilus, we have the Garmin and the safety sausages.
Got
Um, I had one question on Facebook, which is the diving only from boats? I think we
Well, the 3 dives that we do are boat, but we have shore diving as well. And that's done in the back of Anthony's Key. And it's available from 3 to 9 p.m. So people have the access to use their tanks. We carry their tanks over there and they just have to bring their equipment. Yes, we have 100 cubic feet tanks. Yes, they're available. And there's no extra cost. We just need to know that you need them. Any special gear request, it's just good to email your agent, Maria, to let her know so she can request it with the dive shop.
Sorry, the $4 were on the website, so that's why I went ahead.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Caribbean, it's mostly aluminum tanks. We don't use
Yeah.
steel. They're too heavy. We don't need them.
Yeah.
We're easy divers. Din and yoke, that is something for you ladies. Can you let us know what tanks we use?
Claudia, we use DIN, right? Claudia?
Then, yes,
DIN.
Din with inserts. Okay.
yeah.
Pretty standard
Yeah.
Caribbean configuration.
Red dive sets on the island. How many of those sites do the most? We access 30, 35 dive sites within let's say you're doing a week stay or longer, you're probably gonna dive about 24 to 30 dives a week if you're doing all those dives, the 3 dives a day for 6 days, plus the night dives, plus the shore diving. If you're an avid diver, that would be it. Part of the island that is weather currents or seasonally dependent. Too far. There are some very remote access to, like, there's some dive sites that are remote, for instance, Barbaretta, but we don't have those on our schedule for weekly dives. Those would have to be like custom dives. We have 3 bars and 1 pool bar. And generally it's open from 10 in the morning till about 6 in the evening, right, Yoli?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. The pool bar is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The main bar is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Gotcha.
And then Anchor Bar is open from 8 a.m., well, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. when Anchor closes, the restaurant.
The service at the resort is very quick. So let's say you're going on a morning dive, getting your breakfast, generally a la carte is they're really quick in the dining room and serving. Teniski is very well known for running on time. So if we say we're leaving at 8:30, we're leaving at 8:30. So it's very timely oriented. What is the ratio of dive master to diver? Like I said, one dive master to 15 divers on a boat. If it's more than that, if it's more than 24 divers, I think they'll put maybe 2 dive masters. But that's the
One
ratio.
of the big boat. Yeah, the Pro 42 boats could take up to about 15, 16 people, but we hardly put that amount on a boat. You know, we have
Mostly
a lot of
12.
boats, so we try and do within 10 to 12 people on each boat. If you're in a group, then obviously you could do one of the small boat, even if it's 8 or 10 people or 10 or 12 people, you're on one of the Pro 42s. If you're a group over 18, 16, 18 people, then you get one of the Pro 48 as one of the big boat for your group as well. And if you're on the Pro 48, we automatically try and put 2 dive masters on the big boat per
Thanks.
group.
Okay, I think that might be all the questions. That was a lot of a lot of questions. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for your time. And remember that we do have $250 off a package if you book through Blue Water Travel. So make sure you reach out to info@bluewaterdivetravel.com or Maria@bluewaterdivetravel.com if you want to get in touch with Maria directly. Maria's going to reach out to all of you with some more additional information as well. If you're on the Zoom, if you're on Facebook, just reach out to us and we can get you any information you need. And just remember to mention that you saw the webinar and there's that $250 off. So, um, but yeah, thanks everybody for your time. It was a great presentation. I learned a lot and I really want to go diving there now. And yeah, have a great night, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Good night,
night.
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
joining us.
Thank you.
For
Bye.
joining.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.